Welcome to another episode of quaranTV. I am the host with the most. We are here on Mpuma Kappa TV 260 channel yakho. Ndim omqulunqu wenkqubo uxabiso akwazweni. Kwanamhlanje we have a kaleidoscope of activities brought to you by our team at Masifunda Learner Development. I hope you enjoy today's episode like I am enjoying today's playground. Enjoy! Let's do this again. This is nice. Welcome everyone to another episode of quaranTV. I am Mkabiso, your drama coach, drama facilitator, drama extraordinaire, drama educator, whichever word you choose to call me, I am fine with that. Today we'll be doing characters. I know you're expecting me to do a drama game first before we go into a lesson of the day, but the drama game is part of the lesson today. Have a look at this. So in every film, in every theater piece, in every story, there are characters. Whether it's a novel, whether it's a book you're reading, whether it's a newspaper, there are characters. Now every character is something that we call character traits. Before we get to the character traits, I'd like to mention this. Every person has these three dynamics. Now, I am born Ukabiso, and then I study performing arts or acting, then I qualify, I become the actor, and then every role that I play, I become the character. Now, a character can be a person, character can be a thing, maybe a talking lamb, maybe you are Mr. Tin Man, Alice in Wonderland. So you can play many characters, but as long as you know the role that you're playing perfectly. Now let's go into the character traits. Now character traits are either good or bad. Now good character traits will be for the protagonist. So the protagonist will have these good character traits. Loving, caring, ambitious, generous. So those would be nice character traits for the good person. But for the antagonist, would have greed, jealous, angry, all the dark side character traits. Now character traits also go along with character gestures. Maybe your character like to speak using their hands a lot. Maybe they like to fold their hands when they're speaking. Maybe they like to touch their forehead when they're speaking. Or maybe someone who's married, like in one of my favorite movies or films, that character there always touches the ring. You always see the ring there. So it's a gesture that character has, and it carries that gesture throughout the film or throughout the drama. The character carries specific gesture. I hope you get that. Now we'll move on to minor characters. Minor characters are those small characters that are within a play or a drama or a film. They're not too big in terms of lines, but they play a significant role in moving the story forward, in moving the plot forward. And we always enjoy them. It's either these are cameo roles. Cameo roles are sort of minor characters, but cameo roles are always played by celebrities. They make an appearance just to have maybe a comic relief in a scene, or they have a specific message to pass through. Those are your cameo roles linked to minor roles. Now we have your dynamic roles. Now dynamic roles are played by your protagonists, your heroes, or even your villains can play dynamic roles, because their roles is in three parts. You see them rise up, you see them at their peak, and you see them in their downfall, and you also look forward into seeing them rise again. Those are the dynamic roles, and those are the most powerful and beautiful characters to play. Every actor's dream is to play some sort of a dynamic role in their life. And then we go to flat characters. Now flat characters don't have a change. They don't have color in them. They always remain the same throughout the drama, throughout the series, throughout the script. They're the same. speak in same tone, monotonous maybe even in a song, they always sing the same song, but they are flat. They don't move the story that much forward, but they always have a secret under their sleeve, always have something important to pass through, but they remain flat and the same all the time. We go to our static characters. Now, static characters derive from the flat character. They're static, and you can see there's something that they want to achieve in the piece, but they are bound by something. So they are almost semi-flat, but they can move the story forward a bit and also have something great to achieve in the story. They're also like to be aligned with the dynamic character, but they are not so big, but they are not so flat. They're right there in the middle, but they're static. And then we go to our round character. Now, our round character, like they say, they are rounded. A perfect shaped character, where you see the character's downfall, you see the character's love life, you see the character's ambition, you see the character's angry, you see the character sad, you see them cry. They are a kaleidoscope of colors. It's like a rainbow character. Then those characters we like to watch, we enjoy them pretty much. Now, let's go to our game. This is our game. How to achieve a great character. Now, there's something in theater we call the hot seat. Now, you sit down in the hot seat. This you can do at home as well. So in the hot seat, you sit down, you draw your character. Shape of the character, the size, the height, you dress them up, you decide how old, do they have a beard, are they bald head, so you decide how the character looks. You write it down. And you dress yourself up into that character. And then you sit on the hot seat. Now, every person or any other person that's at your house can be the questionnaires, I call them. People ask you the questions. They are the question paper and you are the answers. So you're sitting at the hot seat, they'll be asking you questions about your character. What color does your character like? Their favorite color. What is their favorite food? Where do they like to go in the afternoon? What time do they go to bed? What is their favorite book to read? What makes them angry? What makes them wake up in the morning and pursue a dream? Those are the type of characters that your family members can ask the character that you have drawn up. Now, my favorite is called taking your character to dinner. You dress up as your character. Late at night before you have dinner, you sit at the table with your family as the character. You do all the character traits, all the character gestures. Whatever you say or whatever you do at the dinner table, you do it as per your character would do. So they can have a conversation with you, but knowing fully that you are now in this specific character, you are preparing for a role to play in the near future. I hope this game will also help those young aspiring actors to get into their roles. Now, you can also do this not only at dinner. You can go to the shopping mall dressed up as your character just to see or feel how people react to the character. Have a few conversations with random people just to see how they react as well to the character. But make sure you do not offend anyone. You don't want to get into trouble trying to do extra things. I hope you enjoyed today's lessons of characters, but there is more. You can also check out 7 ways into building a character. Just Google it up and you will see how you can work with it. I am Ukadi Sozweni. I hope you enjoyed today's session with me on QTV here at Bomakapa TV. Like I say, it is not over until the curtain falls. With all the extramural activities that Masifunda Learner Development has to offer, let us take a shift now and go to the kitchen and see what Unezi is cooking or baking. As much as we feed your mind, we want you to feed your mitochondria and your stomach. If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. No, I'm kidding. Stay in the kitchen. Here is Nezi with some cooking.
My name is Nedisa Bambani. I'll be making pancakes for this day with stuffed in cabbage. As you can see, we have cabbage, onions and carrots. First of all, you have to have water, and then you have to use your peeler to peel all your vegetables, so that when you peel off your vegetables, you can put your vegetables into the water, because it's very important to practice hygiene. As you can see, I'm using a green chopping board that is a color coding for vegetables. You put them in water, and then the next step, you clean as you go. That is the most important thing that you should do. You clean as you go. You scrape off your stuff into a bowl, and then you use your onions. You cut them in half, and then you don't cut the edge. You only cut the front part, and then you use your hands to peel off the onion. Just one layer of the onion. You also throw them in the same water. You cut the front part, you leave the back part, so that when you cut your onions, when you're chopping your onions, it can hold and stand. Then we have a button of garlic. That is just to cut the edge, and I'm also gonna soak it in water. Then I'm gonna have to rinse my chopping board. And then next, I'm gonna chop my cabbage. I'm not throwing away the nice part, the green leaves, because these are the most important part. What I will do, I will just rinse it so that it's nice and clean. And then I'm just gonna finely chop my cabbage. I'm shredding my cabbage. Gonna shred the cabbage. As you can see, I'm hiding my fingers because I don't want to cut myself. So whenever you're using a knife, these knives are too sharp and they're very big, so you must be very careful when you are using the knife, when you're cutting the cabbage. We have to always practice hygiene. So I'm gonna rinse my carrot, and then I'm using the big side to grate my carrots. To grate my carrots, I think this is enough to use for today. And then I rinse off my onions. What I will use the same big knife. So you hold your onions, and then you chop. You chop, you chop, you chop, and you chop until you come to the edge. Throw away that part, and then you chop again. I'm very fast because I'm used to the knife. So you must be extremely careful. When you hold the onions, pulling your fingers towards underneath. And then you just move the knife until you are completely finished with cutting. I'll switch on the stove. Just a little bit to glaze my pan. That's enough. Then the first step, always start with your onions. Throw them in the pot. The onions. And in addition, I'm using mixed herbs because we practicing a healthy diet. And then the pink salt, just a pinch of salt, and then black pepper. Sprinkle a little bit of black pepper just for extra seasoning. Make sure that your onions are not turned brown, because when you saute your onions, they must be also white and not turn to brown. So you monitor your heat. As you can see, when you press your garlic, you can use a knife or you can use the same spoon to crush your garlic, because it makes it easier to crush the garlic when you crush your garlic on top of the salt. And then you add your garlic to your onions. As you can see, the onions are cooking. They're not turning brown, they are still a perfect color. And then I will add my cabbage. The cabbage must not be cooked to sugar, it must be just stir fried and half cooked. It shouldn't be too overcooked. You have to use a non-stick pan when you are making your pancakes, and then you use your cook and spray. I'm just mixing the pancake mixture. I'm not going to use a lot because I don't want a thick pancake. 15, 30, 45, 60. I will only use 60 ml. And then you distribute your pancake mixture into your pan. And then you put it again, you reduce your heat. My last bit of carrot. Into the mixture. I will just leave it for 2 minutes. And everything will be cooked and ready to be served. And then the pancake is easily removed. As you can see, the pancake is not sticking on the pan. So I will quickly take it out and use my clean plate to plate the pancake. As you can see, the pancake is ready. This is the first pancake. You just put a little bit of what we've cooked on one side. Just on one side. Just in addition to that, I will just put small leaves of coriander leaves. And then let's roll the pancake. You can use the same coriander to garnish your plate and then sprinkle some pepper on top. And the pancake is good to be eaten. Putile, here is your lunch.
Thank you, but I have to wash my hands first.
Okay.
Hi guys, my name is Fundi Makosi, and today we're gonna do an experiment about the importance of washing our hands and how that might help with killing the germs that are in our hands, okay? And as we all know, it's been suggested that we wash our hands for 20 seconds, and today I wanted to highlight why it is recommended that we wash our hands for 20 seconds. So I'm gonna do an experiment by checking how the germs get off our hands when we wash for 5 seconds, and then after 10 seconds, and then finally after we wash them after 20 seconds. So watch this and enjoy. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take some UV color and we're going to pretend that it is germs that we're going to sprinkle in my hands. As you can see, you can barely see it on my hands. But watch this, when we take it under the UV light, you're gonna see something. Look at that. You can see all the light that was sprinkled on my hands. Remember, we're gonna pretend that these are germs that are on my hands, and we're gonna wash them for 5 seconds first to see how much germs will go off my hands. I'm gonna wash my hands for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's check under the UV light. You see, there is still germs that are on my hands. Now let's wash for another 5 seconds. That will make 10 seconds of wash. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There is still germs that are in my hands. Now let's wash for the full 20 seconds that is recommended. Okay? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. See, it looks like my hands are clean because I washed without soap and I washed for the 20 seconds. Let's check under the light. See, there is still germs around my hands even though I washed for 20 seconds, but I didn't use soap. So as you saw, I washed for 20 seconds without soap, and now I'm going to wash for 20 seconds with soap, and we're going to check how clean my hands will be. Let's do that. Put on another bunch of germs around my hands, and then I'm going to wash it for 20 seconds with soap. Let's do that. Okay, I'm putting on a hand washing soap around my hands. We're supposed to count, eh?
It's in the song.
Okay. Okay. Tell me the music. Okay, and I'm gonna wash my hands with soap, and I'm gonna sing the happy birthday song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Nilali kuwe, nilali kuwe, nilali kuwe, nilali kuwe. We're gonna try it now under the UV light after washing for 20 seconds, which was when I was singing the happy birthday song. And we're gonna see if I still have germs in my hands. Washing our hands for 20 seconds with soap, let's see how they look. Look at that. Most of the germs are gone. Okay, so today, as you saw, the importance of washing our hands with soap for 20 seconds. And as I said, you can just sing the happy birthday song for your 20 seconds finish, and make sure that you wash those germs off from your hands. Stay safe, stay home, wash your hands, and try to not touch your face.
Let's go! I hope you enjoyed today's episode of quaranTV here on Mpuma Kappa TV. I am your hostily host, Ukabiso Agazweni. If you missed today's episode, make sure you catch it on Massive Fund, the Learner Development quaranTV on YouTube. Like I always say, it is not over until the curtain falls.